Hello there, once again, Santosh from Antano Bay. Thank you guys for stopping by the collection room. Today I'm taking a look at some more Malibu Ultraverse Hardcase comics. And as I did with the first 4 issues I looked at, I will comment that these covers really don't do the book justice. I think this is one of the things that hurt it. The covers were very, very simple, and it wasn't until I think issue 6 they started to really take off and show some more dynamic love of what the series was doing, as opposed to just some of this is just kind of, I don't know, maybe too simple, too basic. Jurassic Park ad. Now, as I covered earlier, most of your drama, conflict, and everything in this book is from corporations. Corporations are evil. They buy people, they make them ultras, they turn them against other people. Some of the art I like in this. The facial expressions are a little bit exaggerated and wild, but I've always thought they were pretty nice. Oh, this was this scene was so odd. It's just this kid. As I talked about, Hardcase is defined by the battle that killed his team, the squad. And this creature, enemy, was the thing that did it. And the very little piece that's left, this kid finds the head. He's like, it's light. Yo, I can't believe. Wire jumps out, snaps into his head, and just starts taking him over. It is really disturbing. The thing is just unkillable and awful and just never stops. Now let's see, which one of the... Gonna see which one of the big people who run the world this is. This looks like it might be Rex Mundi. There's a couple. But these big corporations, man, in this book, they're so cool and evil. And that is the Magnavox logo back in the day. Anyway, so they hire assassins, they do all this stuff. It's just crazy what because they not only attack people and physically attack them, they attack people's finances, lawsuits, everything like that. It's quite enjoyable. I mean, as a reader, not as the character themselves. It looks like we've got a flip book, Rune flip book. Rune is probably my least favorite of all of the Ultraverse titles. I mean, it's gross looking. It's Barry Windsor Smith stuff. I do not like it. Nightman is another fantastic one. This is from the very first issue of Nightman. And it looks like we get a Mighty Magnor comic as well. That's very cool of them to give us. On to issue 6. Covers are picking up this style of art. Something about the way it's colored I think looks really fantastic. Right now they're dealing with an assassin whose name I am struggling to remember. I want to say it's Wire something. Hardwire? He just makes little razor wires come out of his hands. Now I have alluded, and I made mention in the last video, Hardcase's relationship with Choice. It's very it's the chemistry is instantly. It's like they already know each other. It's like they already dated when they first met. And that there is a reveal to that of why that is. I'm not sure, I cannot remember what issue that is finally revealed. It is pretty devastating when they do figure it all out. And as I also mentioned, Choice's powers Only work for a short amount of time once she activates them. And then they have to... Oh yeah, he just pops his arms out of his sockets. I just love that. But anyway, she has to regenerate her powers. So like if she uses her powers for like an hour, she's got to recharge them for like 2 or 3 hours. It was a way that her makers and her handlers, her company that made her as a slogan spokesperson, can control her. See, art is looking pretty stellar at this point. Color is looking fantastic. I always thought Choice was a fantastic design, fantastically tragic story, great costume, great power set. Enemy is on his way. This is another one that got me. As Enemy works his way back, Urkik the raccoon. I couldn't believe that they gave this raccoon a name. And he gets killed by this thing. Ugh. He thinks of his young ones back in the den, back at the hole. That's when Urkik knows he'll never see them again. And it's like, okay, Enemy kills a raccoon, and that's like worse. That's almost as bad as the child, which is also terrible because he's building himself back with metal supplies, biological stuff. It's gross. He just keeps like draining things and reforming himself because he is made of nanites, which means that he's really hard to kill. Get a guest visit from the Solution. Another great team. Oh, I remember this issue, the tidal wave that comes. And they just do what they can, but they can't. They can't save everybody. And I think that's one of my favorite lines. He tries to think of some way to stop it, like the heroes in the comics used to do. They would clap their hands or blow real hard or run around in circles really fast, and the problem would go away. But he realizes how absurd that is. And only one thing to do and not enough time to save everyone. He runs and grabs like 2 people is all he can do and save it. I really love the character development in this. It's sad, it's tragic, and like even though he's maybe not the most likable guy, you really get a sense of character development within the character of Hardcase. So it's cool. Issue number 8, guest starring the Solution. This is a Jump On Now issue. The last issue, issue number 7, was a Hardcase breakthrough issue. So breakthrough was one that crossed over all of the titles and had a big fight on the moon. Anybody who goes through Malibu Ultraverse is going to run across those. This is them leaving the moon. He basically takes a bunch of the villains and other team members back. I guess they leave Quattro on the moon. This is Rex Monday. They often refer to him as a man who isn't a man. He is one of the big company leaders and is supremely evil. And it looks like they landed in the Sahara. Art here is still holding out well. You get the Final Fantasy VIII space scene. And Enemy is back. Rex Monday's pet has made his return, and they're just gonna keep working on him. Get a little ad for Solitaire, a book I never really cared for. And there you go. That would be the first 8 issues. As I said, this is one of my favorite series from Malibu Ultraverse. I think it holds probably the best, most significant character development And it isn't plagued by a whole bunch of weirdities like Prime and Mantra tend to be. It's a pretty straightforward book with some really, really good character twists and plot and development. I really like it. So anyway, that is my story. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Give me a like if you feel like it, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.